do you think that Extreme Gaming have the pieces to sort of hold this game together? Is there anything that this switch up has given Beast Coast that helps them a little bit?
They forced out an AA pick, which in the past you would think is a good thing, but this hero got a sizable amount of buffs. I mean, it just got nerfed in the B patch, actually. However, but the shard now applies a stun, a small half-duration cold feet, which is pretty nice if you do get to that point here. So the hero itself is a little bit better, and you're picking a support as an alchemist, which is a little bit worse than last patch, in my eyes. So I would say this debate by Beast Coast wasn't even favorable last patch in my eyes, so I think it's even worse now. However, you do have Sven carry.
Right.
I'm not sure if this hero's a debate or not. He did get the cleave that gives him, I mean, it's 40% at level 1 instead of 25. So if you get that in the early laning stage, you can harass more than you did at the early levels. But I think the big thing is it adds strength now to your cleave.
Right.
So you just get 2, 4, 6, 8 strength. And of course, we mentioned the camps. Heroes that can farm all these camps are quite beneficial. So we'll see if this hero's a debate or not, but first blood, we'll see if something happens here.
They're making their way over, and it looks like it's just going to be a trade-off of 2 apiece, as Beast Coast managed to pick up a couple of them there. And yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. What can DY get done on this ancient apparition? Is it going to become somewhat useless, as we're seeing the battle between Kaka and Stinger there? You know, something else that we didn't talk about a ton in the draft, but Kaka playing on this hero that has a lot of capabilities to farm also. We've seen this guy do magical things on these supports before. I always think about the Lion, the Phoenix, those types of dynamics.
We see Kaka not on Lion or Shadow Shaman.
Right?
Now that's an old running joke, but he played those heroes for so many years.
Yeah.
They did get buffed this patch, so maybe he'll be back to them soon.
Kaka's back, absolutely. Up top, they get some good damage onto Sacred. Oh, you know what? If we can go up to the top lane real quickly, they did the Cold Feet stun combination, but it doesn't link anymore because the stun duration is less on Stormhammer. So they couldn't get the full Cold Feet stun combo.
Yeah, it's just a 1-second stun now with all the changes to 1.2 as well. And I think before I would level stun up, but maybe you still do because the damage doubles, but the stun duration is not that appealing.
That's quite bad. But it looked like they were trying to hit that combo, and it just doesn't work anymore. You don't get the Cold Feet proc. So
yeah, that's something I didn't think a lot about. With all the stuns being nerfed here, and the Cold Feet, what is it, the latch time is the same?
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to land that nowadays. Very interesting.
If that gets changed or not. Regardless, Hector, not able to get the stun onto Hector. JT takes some damage to the blood grenade and some lucent beams thrown back over. It's going to force him back, but Centaur, a very strong laner, has a ton of regen going now for himself and looks to be pretty solid.
Yeah, this lane should be super strong. Maybe not the dream Coddle lane to lane with, because you don't have the abilities to spam. Yeah, he's pretty low up there. So the thing about Sven I was kind of talking about before is everything about Sven is slightly better this patch, but he still runs into the same issues as this hero has always ran into. But I feel like they needed to pick this type of hero just because, look at their supports, it's Coddle AA. They needed all the stuns they could get to have like a well-rounded lineup, and I think teams like Extreme Gaming really value having a lineup that is just stable and makes sense and checks all the boxes.
Right. Well, and you know, you talked about the potential of running a Faceless Void. That's not something that gives you that power in the lane to be able to like make this solid thing go. But I think, I mean, I always feel uncomfortable saying like, did pro teams know about this beforehand or not? But because it's a new patch, I feel like it's one of the times where they might not have practiced like the Cold Feet combination. You don't really get that same value out of it here either. And DY, he's going to get caught. For the moment, Sacred gets the stun off. They turn on to Ghost, forcing him back for the moment. And get some good damage out there, but the Warcry making up for it. But yeah, it makes me wonder if, like, you know, they're not having that strength out of the lane, if maybe something like that Faceless Void could have been a nice pick for them too.
Yeah, it would have been fine. I think both of them do the job. I think Void gives you that late game security, but however will make your mid game a little weaker because Sven does have power spikes. As K1 in this bot lane, he's not having a good time. Talk about this Luna getting farmed. Sure, it'll still happen, and I think given how the lane's going for K1, he'll probably stop at one point in Lucent Beam and not make the same mistake as we saw some other Lunas doing and putting too many points of it and not being able to jungle if their lane goes badly. Knowing K1, he cares about his farm first and foremost above anything else here. So I think it's just 1 point in Beam for him, and then off to the jungle.
So, Fear, there's always been this meme about this alchemist buying people Aghanim scepters. Is this finally the patch where we see it? You've got cores that are going off jungle, and you got a bunch of small camps that he gets the innate Grievelous Greed. Are we finally going to see the support out buying people Ags in Pro Dota?
Not in this game.
Okay.
But in Pro Dota in general, there might be a strat revolved around it. It depends on... Because the trade-off is so big. I think the answer is going to be no.
Right.
Just because auras are still so strong that I think even if you're an offlane alchemist, you buy Crimson Guard, you buy the Support Arms JT. Ooh, he has another beam in one.
Lower and lower, tries to hide away, but the stun is going to be there. And Stinger, he gets first blood. That's the Ags, baby. It's coming.
Yeah, he's going straight there to buy the point booster right now. And Ags coming near you. Actually, they might kill Centaur's Courier if Stinger does get wind of this. But I think he's just going for another kill here.
I mean, they're setting up for it down bottom. Makes the stun happen. Kaka caught.
Light.
Ooh, they didn't have another Lucent Beam up for a second.
Oh, he actually went 2 points in the beam, so I think going for that kill inspired him to get 1 extra point there.
Okay.
Feeling like he can win the lane. Which is fine. If he can continuously stay in the lane, it's good. It only gets bad if there's a rotation. Let's say the Pango comes down. Now Luna has to go to the jungle, and then you have this point in beam that you didn't want to have. But if you continuously get kills and apply some pressure in the lane, I'm totally fine with it.
Well, Alk did have to TP back home, which is a little bit scary, and now Centaur has his Vanguard. So we'll see if they can actually keep that pressure on. But it's up top where they're putting a ton of pressure on from Beast Coast. Xtreme not really having that many answers for this at all. And I mean, Sacred, he doesn't have that much mana, but he's just walking at DY and saying, come deal with me. Pops it. The Lotus finds him. Couple more hits. Dead. Sacred killing it on this offlane DK. Now Schofield trying to run away from Ghost. They're keeping after him, but Paparazzi makes the move, able to dodge from the stun, but Ghost, he might go down to Sacred. So a double kill for Sacred. Schofield gets the damage reduction. The stun comes a second too late. Paparazzi does secure the kill onto Rubik, but you take that if you're Beast Coast every day of the week, and he's under tower saying, yeah, I'm still coming at you. Dark Mago's
here.
Made the rotation over. They've also got the Alf in the area. Paparazzi caught. Paparazzi done.
They're just getting outmaneuvered on the map right now. Like, they lost some lanes. This Sven is not having the greatest time. AA doesn't seem like it's helping too much. And Sven, he stuck around.
Sir? I don't know about that one. Ghost is going to get caught by the Stinger stun. And it's going to be Sacred on a killing spree. 3-0-1. He's having a great time on this DK.
Yeah, you early pick this DK. You try to respond with it. Actually, you don't respond to it. You over-respond to the Alchemist. The Alchemist just goes past 5. Somehow gets first blood.
Oh my god.
Is rotating around the map. Steals the Wisdom Rune. Oh, actually, no, he gets his own, but let's see if he can steal the other one. No one's going for it. 43 seconds. It's still alive for Dire.
Yeah.
They forgot, or what?
Maybe they think somebody already stole it. Who knows? Or I mean, they're kind of getting ran at, and it hasn't been like a free moment for anybody to go do anything on the map. It feels like they're just trying to stem the bleeding.
Sometimes I watch this patch and I forget who's on what side because of the twin gates.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, it's just like you can be anywhere on the map anymore. Side barely matters. It's just kind of where your throne's at this point, and I suppose your tier 2 towers, it's hard to breach those.
Yeah.
There's like a path to almost everywhere now on the map without... You can bypass any tower in the game now, except for what, the tier 3s?
Pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
even that one you can. You can go through the Defender's Gate. Just get a blink or a Force Staff. Oh. Okay. Mars Finds him
This
up top.
Sven is level 4.
Dude, he is getting absolutely bodied. Oh, God. I mean, compare that to where, you know, K1 is at. Hector is dominant in this so far. I mean, not in terms of, like, the lane necessarily, but
he's
over
doing
the
better,
Sven.
but yeah. He's not having the best game either. Both carries are lowest net worth in this game. But Sven is not having much of a game at all. He's only 400 gold or so ahead of the support Alchemist,
Right.
Boss 5, which is not where you want to be at all. But the big breadwinners of this game is going to be Sacred on the DK. Helped a lot by the Boss 5 Alch and Dark Mago rotating to his lane.
Right.
So
And
that was really a team effort.
the other thing, though, I would say is that you compare the levels, right? That's the big issue.
Yeah.
Luna is level 7 and Sven is just now 5. So he has 2 points in stun, 2 points in cleave, whereas Hector has already gotten 4 in his blessing. And, like, Stinger's kind of farming off to the side and stacking up camps for him. It's... Also, look at Stinger's build on this Alch. Double Sage's Mask into Medallion.
Yeah, needs the mana. Probably turn those into something a little bit later into the game here. But right now, yeah, I think your point's pretty valid here. Just the fact that you have these levels on Luna just means this disparity between the Sven and Luna will continuously grow, especially if Dark Mago can find another connection to killing this Sven on the map, which is quite possible. I think any hero they bring to him, he went for a Wraith Band, he went for Phase Boots on the Sven, and he's got a Sage's Mask. His HP pool is not particularly high, not as high as it could be with this amount of net worth.
Right. Well, that's a scary time to be a Sven on this map with people hunting him. Dark Mago, Schofield trying to find somebody. It looks like they're going to run by DY, and this is one of the issues in this patch, right? You sort of make these big wraparound moves trying to catch somebody, and it can sometimes be a little bit tough, but the arena is down. Pango tries to roll on through. You can't get through there, buddy. He's stuck on the outside. A blast stolen, thrown back now, but it's not going to be enough. Mago goes down. Now trying to kill off Rubik to boot. Schofield, he too is going to die. So a bit big for their bridges.
This is the most Beast Coast thing ever now. Because, like, they double down on this aggression. It's very much so. We will try to make space for Hector to farm. They have a blink on the DK. They have a blink on the Mars with brown boots. They put their first 2,000 gold on items just to run around the map and kill their opponents.
Yeah.
But they end up in situations where the map is bigger. It's going to be harder to find these connections on the map. And if you die 1 or 2 times, you're not investing in a farming item for yourself, so you're not pushing waves out, you're not jungling. This DK could have had a Midas or something and just scaled into late game and just, maybe they had 1 core, but they're going all in here.
Well, and they're going to at least be gifted, it looks like, with a paparazzi kill. No, they won't be able to. So everybody runs in towards mid, and the spear back was not enough to catch for the kill. Now, it is, again, like you talk about, still a... you know, very free amount of farm going the way of Hector. But I'm looking again at these damage mitigation elements that Xtreme have. They've got the Crimson Guard already done on the Centaur. The main source of damage being Luna, it's going to be mitigated like crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, when you have a Blink Dagger on your DK and your Dragon Knight, you don't have much damage on those heroes. You don't have much scaling potential, but the biggest thing is you also don't have mitigation yourself.
Right.
So once you buy this mitigation on JT, he's not even going Blink this game. He's just going to go straight into Pipe, into Crimson, realizing if you jump in with this DK and Mars and you no longer can kill a hero, then they're no longer a threat here. And I think this move is really good here, and it's very scary to Beast Coast. Not saying this can't work, but this is by far the riskiest way to play their draft.
Yeah. Well, that's their style.
GT. It is indeed.
No blink for JT like you talked about, so that does mean that, you know, they can't find that initial jump. There is one little, like, X factor I feel like that's going on here, and that's Stinger. And you know, the acid spray minus armor that he's got, he also has built this medallion that does have some pretty solid potential to amp up the damage that's coming from this Luna in the later stages of the game. As Paparazzi going to be forced to roll away, the Haster and on Mago catches on to these two. It's a Crimson Guard already out. Again, the Pango roll not really working for him, but Mago in trouble. He is down low and going to die. They get the AA blast onto a couple from Xtreme. JT gets hit by the stun. they can't really go in for that much more. They do find him there for the kill. Schofield getting punched and killed by DY.
This is not good for Beast Coast.
Yeah, they think about going in for another stun here from Stinger. Gets it on to DY, and, well, maybe decides to
Sacred
kill
getting
him
out
off.
of there.
Okay, Sacred, does he think about going back in? TP's out. Sacred manages to live.
He just juked him in the fog there. That was for sure the kill they wanted to get. This DK was top net worth, but he just TP's on out of there. So with Coddle dying in the fight there, I think that was a 3-for-3 trade at the end. So not particularly bad for Xtreme Gaming, but Hector, he's farming. He's farming faster, much faster than Sven at this point. So that space, more beneficial for Hector at this point in the game.
Yeah, I hear you. That's what they want to see. I mean, it's interesting, too, because like we talked about, Ghost having such a rough game at the start. In the next couple of minutes here, if Alk keeps on getting these free farm times for himself, which, by the way, check out Stinger right now on this Alchemist. Alk ended up stunning himself to get more damage onto the creeps, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, it does. He was just farming.
That's pretty awesome. But he almost has pipe. He's going to be ahead of the Sven soon.
I don't know. Will he?
I don't know, man.
I hope not, because Ghost, he caught up in farm. He's still farming pretty decently. He's got his Mask of Madness. He's got his levels. If he ends up bypassing Sven either destroys all his items or he dies 3 times in a row.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
I think those are the scenarios here, because you can farm decently fast on this output. You know, he's stunning himself to do that extra damage to farm. It's not the fastest farming speed.
Fair enough. Xtreme, they're waiting up here top. Stinger, they scan, they realize they're in the area. Beast Coast, never a team to back down from a fight, but are going to realize now, hey, there's a ward up on our high ground. Let's get the hell out of trouble. Are they going to smoke and try and take this fight on Xtreme? It looks like they're grouped together for it.
Is there a pipe coming out? Oh, Blink on Centaur. Okay. This is why they want to go.
Okay.
Don't even need it.
Sacred mega dead, but the AA blast afterwards connects onto AA. Stun goes there onto Stinger. Good AoE damage onto all of them. DY starting to burn down, and he is going to die. So Stinger, the one that gets the kill, but a trade of support for DK doesn't feel great. Can they find more?
Schofield keep getting Ice Blast.
Ghost. JT with the big stun, though, to try and turn it. Are they going to be able to keep alive Ghost, though? No, they aren't. That is a dead Sven, and Paparazzi maybe going to go down next. Hector, kind of low on mana, and in the midst of the fight is going to start farming camps. They do get a stun onto Kaka, and then finally kill him. Another big stun from JT, but where's the follow-up damage? It's not there. DY back alive, and Hector realizing the danger, they're all going to back away.
I haven't felt the presence of Kaka's Coddle this game. Normally you see the Coddle in these games. He's hooked up with some... It's supposed to be Paparazzi, right? To make some plays with the mana battery being super annoying in the backlines, but it feels like he's just been in the front most all these fights. Getting picked off, getting caught into the arenas, getting speared back by Mago. Mago's doing a really good job of finding the targets of value in this game, and somehow Schofield's been stealing Ice Blast every single fight. I feel like that is something that is pretty hard to do. Either you have like perfect timing on it, or DY is just not casting his Ice Vortex right away after casting this spell. Probably the latter here, but these supports and Dark Mago are making a big impact in this game for Beast Coast.
Right. I mean, he's getting everything that you want out of him. Hector is in some... Oh, no. Hector's, I think, about to die. He's on a ward. Does he realize the danger? He's going for that one extra wave. They know right where he's at. Hector needs to run out of here. Ice Blast. TP. Oh, God. He just barely gets away. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Blink on cooldown for the Centaur, so not able to get that little bit of distance and connect with that stun there, as Dark Mago is going to pick up a DD rune.
Okay.
At the 18-minute mark here. 2 minutes until Tormentors are spawning. We'll see if a team puts any priority into those.
Oh,
for now, we are going to destroy this illusion. There we go. That's what the combo looks like. Kaka demonstrating, perfect scenario. What's he use his ult for? His ult is going down. Which means he used it to try and stop the TP from Luna earlier?
Maybe.
I feel like Kaka's not super comfortable in this hero right now. I'm not going to lie to you, but there's a lot of game left to be played. Beast Coast, they're just playing with him at this point.
I think this Alk pick really threw them for a loop. Like, as soon as they picked, yeah, as soon as they picked this AA, they were like, all right, well, we're just going to swap it then. And it has worked out perfectly. Stinger has gotten so much value out of this. His little glorious spacesuit. Pipe done with Medallion, like he's chilling.
This is a lot of farm for position 5.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, he's been farming a lot too. He is Alchemist. He has the Grievel's Greed. So technically, I did mention how you lose value as a support, but if you're hitting creeps as a support, then I guess you're still getting value from it, as he is getting priority in hitting creeps in this bottom lane here, getting that extra gold. Moving into Pavis.
Remember?
Pavis. This is the dual American cast. That's right.
Exactly.
Good old Pavis.
Got our Pavis here. Up top, they're going to go again onto Hector. On this ward, they will see him TP out, and again, just going to come in a bit too late. Hector always just out at the right time.
So if you're on Xtreme now, how do you get back into this game? AK gold advantage. This is pretty typical when you're losing the game at this stage of the game here.
You see that? Sorry,
no,
he blinked away
dodge?
from the hoof stomp.
Yeah.
Blink dodge and stole hoof stomp. So how do they get back in?
You have to play at some point around the Sven's BKB timing. He's very close to it. He's going to have it and about 400 gold here. And then you have to make something happen. Because so far, Ghost has been invisible in this game. We've only seen him dying. We've seen him with a hard lane. Other than that, he's just been hitting creeps. And in the mid lane, real bad news if they can kill this Centaur.
Goodness gracious. JT gets the stun out, but
okay.
Stampede stolen. Catches him on the rego. Paparazzi, he is stuck again in that arena. And do they just find him for the finish? It looks like... Ooh, Spear a little off the mark. But now they're going to take the tower. Schofield blinks high ground sacred.
That's not your base, Schofield.
I'm not done with you, Paparazzi. Get the hell back here. He thought he was safe. He was not safe at all. And Sacred TP's out in the nick of time. Almost killing, and they do get it. Schofield finds the Fade Bolt, and then the Acid Spray ticks him down. DY, so sad.
I mean, in that fight, Schofield stole another big ultimate in the Stampede. Getting Ice Blast, getting Stampedes, making the connections on the map. Xtreme Gaming, haven't seen much from them. I feel like their supports, for the most part, have been getting caught, delaying their timings over and over again. Now it's to the point where their big boy Centaur, he's killable. And that's the most scary part about this game. If they can jump on your Centaur and feel like he's killable, it feels like you can do just about anything on Beast Coast. There's no longer a jump that's bad.
So I think right now, Xtreme need to take this Tormentor and let Kaka die. Just let him die. Get a Spirit Vessel charge on this man, for goodness sake.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like...
Let's not just burst and kill someone to get a charge. This man needs to die to get a charge.
Exactly.
That might be better.
Like, you're not killing Stinger easily. Schofield is staying so far back, it's going to be hard to find him. And they need these charges. They need that Spirit Vessel to have some value.
Yeah, there's no real easy target for Beast Coast to jump. A lot of, I would say, pretty much any of them you can kill with the proper chain stun. But it's easier said than done, right? Dark Margot's got a invisibility bottled. They do have 2 BKBs on the cores. 3, actually. Luna has a BKB as well. I'm not sure if she would complete that or go for an ultra greedy build. And yeah, Stinger with the Pavice and the Pipe. It's not the easiest kill. But with chain stuns and with God Strength, maybe they can make it happen. But this Sven, he doesn't have the toolkit that you want him to have yet. He doesn't even have a Blink Dagger. It's Echo Saber had to be disassembled to finish the BKB. He is poor.
Oh, man. And Paparazzi just took 2 of his creeps away, too.
We have a gameplay?
Oh, my God.
They're going.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
They're going.
This is weird. They're both going through it. They end up on the other side. Oh, my God. So much gifted gold.
And the others just canceled right away.
And then right into Roche. Dude, that's insane. What?
Yeah. That was, Really well planned by Xtreme Gaming. We'll put it that way.
Oh.
They were there and waiting. Like, they couldn't have known. They had no ward on the Dire side, so they just, that was map movement. They just kind of read the map, and they were setting up for Roshan, and it just so happened that Beast Coast being ahead, thinking they're so strong that they could just take the gate like that, but get punished immediately.
Oh my god. Are we going to find more?
No way.
Stampede
stolen again. That's on cooldown, though.
Okay, he's going to have it back off cooldown at 50, so it's going to be a little bit. Paparazzi will be able to walk on through there, but they find JT. JT in trouble, and K1 Hector very strong, but the armor's starting to play a role. They don't find enough to get the kill right there. Stinger now throws the stun on a Ghost, but Ghost the BKB, and now the stun coming out from the DY Shard. Hector in trouble, has to back away from this. Ghost BKB running out. Schofield now has the lift available, and, well, they stuck around a bit too long on XG, as they do manage to burn through that Aegis. So we saw the value of everything, all of the damage mitigation, but XG stuck around a bit too long, and, well, they're just a bit too farmed on Beast Coast.
Yep, got the AA kill at the same time as killing Sven. That's kind of what happens when you fight with Sven and God Strength is on cooldown. You don't really hit very hard. Whereas Luna, if your ult's on cooldown, doesn't matter that much for the hero. You can still keep fighting there. So very advantageous fight. I feel like Xtreme thought they could take that fight, make a really quick play, but overextended a bit and didn't realize that their damage is just too low as they're going to go onto the Centaur here. But do they have the damage for this? I feel like JT's too tanky.
Yeah, that is that's a problem there. Now they pop the Crimson Guard to try and keep this alive as long as possible, but Beast Coast with the Luna just have that ability to take these ones. Now they do need
that's a big Ice Blast.
Ice Blast coming through, and all that magical damage. Hector's about to die. Paparazzi with the double kill. Mago pops that BKB along with Sacred just to TP out. So they don't even get the melee racks and lose the Alk and the Luna.
Yeah, if you can manage to get Hector before he gets his BKB off, he's a very killable target. And the last fight, everything looked really good, but the prioritization was just the fact that Sven was going on top of the Luna there. But that was a Sven without God Strength. If you connect with all your abilities, maybe you can make something happen. And Sven, realizing that his damage output is super weak, is going to bypass the Blink Dagger and go straight in MKB to deal with this Butterfly that's going to come out from Hector very soon.
Okay.
Doesn't have a choice, I think. I feel like Vigo's Blink and Hector shows up with a Butterfly. That's not how you want to feel on Sven. You want to feel like you pop ulti, everyone runs from you, but he'll have to run if he doesn't have this MKB anytime soon.
Oh, no. Oh, Dark Mago. They left this ward down here, and that sets up for an easy pickoff. Dark Mago going to die. And, you know, Xtreme, in spite of some of like the woes in the laning stage and everything else, there are these issues where they're setting up for really good kills onto Beast Coast and kind of outplaying them on the map, it feels like.
Yeah, so something we didn't talk about a whole lot, but Coddle's Solar Blind reduces their magic resistance by 35. And DY, his Ice Vortex, increases your magic damage done by 25%. So these supports can do a lot of damage, but you kind of mentioned before that their cores don't do the most magic damage. So this Vessel coming into play and DY getting some more farm, maybe Kaka getting a bit more damage out in these fights is something that they really need to do. And it's why they also can't die. If these supports stay alive in the fights, hide out the BKBs, they'll be doing a lot of work in the fights.
True. Yeah, if they can survive through it. But that has been the issue so far, as we've been seeing a lot of DY getting caught, a lot of Kaka getting caught. As the game gets later, you have better avenues to sort of play around this vision when the objectives become more clear where each team is going to be going for, as opposed to these skirmishy things that we've been seeing. So Schofield will head on over, get the D ward. Obviously knew that that one was there, but still set up for a free kill. And probably going to be waiting for that next Tormentor to come up in a little bit here. Do you think that, and this always feels like an awkward stage of the game, right? Because it's 3 minutes until Roche is capable of respawning. Tormentors aren't up. in the rest of the game, there's so many objectives. Now, what do you see teams wanting to do? Do they try and go for kills, or do you sort of sit back and just try and farm up?
Objective is very clear for Xtreme Gaming. You're waiting for Ghost to get his MKB.
Okay.
And if you're Beast Coast, you want to make something happen before that happens. So Beast Coast want to fight. They don't care where or when. They just want to do it now. Xtreme, they want to delay until Ghost has MKB, and then they'll think about taking the fight. But I believe they want to delay this game out as much as possible as well, because they're not in the best spot right now to take the fights. Dodge them, defend your high grounds. Ghost is desperately going to farm for this MKB, but Beast Coast don't want that to happen. So they're just going to continuously push here, as it looks like they got a wave cut on the bot lane. Not sure who did that.
It was
they have one small
Kaka.
creep. Kaka being a bit annoying there, realizing what they need to play for as well.
Okay.
Beast Coast on the smoke.
Seeing if they can find anybody, and Kaka is in that area. This is, again, a key point. Oh my god, they found him. They saw that he was swashbuckling. Oh, they saw it through the fog. Oh no, paparazzi. He BKBs even, but is still going to die.
Oh, Schofield. Schofield's been so clutch this game. He stole Hoof Stomp. That's the spell he previously had stolen. Double stuns him. Ends up getting chain stunned. He barely survives by popping his BKB, then gets the swashbuckle steal. Ends up getting that last hit there. Schofield's been on fire this game.
He's been looking really, really good. And dude, are they calling just to go for tier 4? Like, what the hell? There's no way. I mean, I guess there's no Pango. They're doing a lot of damage. This is 2 sets of racks because there's no buyback on Pango and nobody's here to defend. They're just going for Megas and Xtreme. Where's the defense? They're going to show up, but they don't have Blink on Ghost. They immediately go through and break his Blink on JT. What a god. The Aeon Disc gives him so much confidence. Catches there, on to 2. Sacred going to start to go to town also as Hector beating into these heroes. Kaka is dead. Dude, Schofield MVP. What a god.
Nah, he's playing really well with this. But they might go on Sacred here. No BKB.
Okay, Sacred, Force Staff, still gonna die. Stinger tries to back away. Ghost is chasing very far. Do they have the follow-up to keep him alive? Well, things looking a little bit scary now. JT getting his Blink broken, and that means that they can't chase anymore on Xtreme, but that's still 2 sets of racks down. Schofield, gonna be found. Does have Swashbuckle himself to try and escape. Force Staff, Blink back up,
He's
TP
out.
away, right by the defender's gate.
No Basher on Pango, so he's just completely out of there. Yeah, Schofield, with that stolen Swashbuckle, breaks the smoke, then breaks the Blink Daggers, which allows Dark Mago to get in there with the shard on the spear, gets a double stun on the arena there. Xtreme Gaming, like, nothing's working out for them right now. Feels like every single time they try to make a move, Beast Coast is just there, and their move is better.
Right. Yeah. Man, very solid stuff. And I mean, that's the thing that's so weird about this game in general. And I'm pretty concerned for Xtreme Gaming, not just in I mean, this game just feels like it's almost been an aberration where, like, they haven't been able to make a sort of solid move themselves besides that one where they waited for them to come through the Fiend's Gate. It's all kind of been just trying to react to the aggression that Beast Coast is bringing to them. There's running at them.
It feels like with the start that their cores had, they were unable to enable the supports in this game.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't seen Pango play much with the supports. Sven had an atrocious start. The Centaur decided to go, well, DUI. He will be dying here. And losing the gem on top of it.
Oh. Yeah.
And Dark Mago has a refresher orb. Didn't notice that until now. I mean, he's had that one for a while, as he has 2.6k gold on top of it.
Jeez. Now they're gonna.
Yeah,
come
they got
take
all
that
the items they
Tormentor.
want. And look what Schofield has again. Swashbuckle yet again.
Yep.
And now he gets a shard for his troubles. Let's be more annoying on Schofield, if that was even possible.
Jeez. That's crazy, man. They also got that Alchemist shard, so the Berserk potion, he can pass that one over to the Luna if he needs to.
That's actually really good against the Coddle to get rid of the Solar Bind.
Right.
The Vessel, so quite good. Basically, everything's going well for Beast Coast right now. And Xtreme Gaming has a couple timings they can play against around, but it's really just going to come down to, can they defend their base? Because I don't think they can do anything to this Roshan. But we'll see. Maybe it is dying kind of slow. Luna's not the best single target hero.
Yeah.
Maybe they can find the opening after it dies.
A blast is coming in. It's going to connect on
Schofield
all
blinked
of these
out
heroes. Again. He makes it happen, but stun. Jail, he gets it. Goes, oh, but it's going to be a snatch. Luna trying to do what damage she can, but this into the Crimson Guard, and she is going to be coming back to life in just a moment. The roll comes through. Drums purchased in the midst of this fight as they get the arena down. Now trying to do what she can. 4 stabs to the other side, but that's right into Paparazzi. Kaka is going to die as Ghost also goes down, and with a second 4 staff, it looks like Hector's going to be able to survive through after the second volley. Spear connects onto both. Schofield with the stolen stun. And Paparazzi, the last one left nearby, is also going to be brought down. It's just Schofield today.
Yeah, Schofield broke the smoke. Centaur blinked to stun him. He blinked out of the stun quickly again. And that kind of set up, like, the whole fight. Now Centaur was unable to make an initiation there. They tried to go in. They're just a little bit too late. And unfortunately, the Aegis on the Luna was something that they could not deal with that second life. Once Sven's BKB went down, that's all she wrote on that one. And I think that may have been their last attempt here, as their base against the Luna might die very quickly here. I feel like you just need to reset if you're Beast Coast and go again. I feel like you could just go high ground if you wanted. I don't think you need to. It's a little scary because Luna has no BKB for 2 more seconds, but he's got to be quick on his BKB finger. If he can end up dodging the Centaur stun with Blink or the Sven stun, they can do this. And he didn't.
Okay, roll with the force. A blast only connects onto Sacred. He is gonna again be left behind and in some trouble. Well, maybe not actually, because no, they don't have anybody that can jump on these heroes right now. Ghost is TPing over, has God Strength, waiting for his perfect moment, but Mago, he just pops Refresher and has another round of BKB ready. So Ghost having to sit outside of this fight just feels so bad for him.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Mago there, he brought a full Hex to him on Courier, it looks like. But he had no slot for it, so it went into his backpack. So he tried to take it out of his backpack with a swap with the Soul Ring. So he didn't have that Hex available, and he refreshed. He could have had a double Hex with the Refresh Orb. That's basically what I'm getting at. Which could have turned that fight a little bit, but seeing as that didn't happen, they might just have to wait for a Refresh Orb. Or they can just play the map again. It's hard to know in these type of scenarios what the correct play is, but almost always rushing to the high ground like this is probably the wrong play. Because if Luna does get chain stunned and gets hit by Ice Blast, she can still die. You're just setting up a perfect opportunity for Xtreme to come at any angle they want to get the perfect initiation, and you want to avoid that.
And I think the thing that's interesting too is, like, you know, Beast Coast always is thought of as this like chaotic team, but it's good to see that they also have that like controlled element to them, right? Where they're not just like, I remember a couple years ago seeing these teams sort of just run high ground with reckless abandonment, but now also having like these very clear objectives that you can go back for. They go for the Tormentor. Even that alone, I feel like gives like all teams some more direction of like where to go to chill when you're waiting for that high ground push. So I don't know, it's good stuff. So, like what I'm seeing out of them.
Yeah, I'm also learning, Hector's still learning the new patch as well. He went up to the Tormentor, tried to solo it, used his Manta. Manta's died immediately. Pressed Satanic to try and heal by hitting the Tormentor. Nope, it's a building. Satanic doesn't work on Tormentor either.
Yeah, it's
so he got his lesson there. And for everyone else, all the carry players, yeah, you can't really solo the Tormentor. I think that's why no carry player wants to do the Tormentor, because it doesn't really benefit them that much. And they can't solo it.
Well, trying to set up now. Finding Schofield would be good, except he has that Aeon Disc, so they can't actually go on him. And hey, nobody's home. Hector just moves on in with Sacred, and they're going to come pretty close to taking this melee rack. Glyph used.
Yeah, I think you just hit the DK, hit it.
Well, there's the connection, the spear, the Hex. Second round if they want it. Paparazzi pops his BKB, and now they're going to pop the Eclipse. Hector tries to run away. Stolen Swashbuckle. to back out. Paparazzi rolls in. It is no BKB left around for Sacred. He's going to get forced out away from that Ice Blast, and JT under fire. A couple more hits coming out now. Seeing what they can do. The stun actually onto himself for Stinger there. Okay, do they want to keep going into this fight? Hector is somewhat low, doesn't have that much mana, but does have Satanic available. It's going to pop it now, but disarmed. Heaven's Halberd making some good use of that one. Now turns on to Paparazzi again, seeing if they can bring him down, but it's Sacred who's going to get stunned, and again, very low. Stun coming from Schofield, stolen away from the Sven. Paparazzi glimmers, but they have the sentry down. Another round, that's going to be the arena connection, but do they have enough damage for the kill?
Three-man concoction there.
They find all of them, and yeah, it's over.
No buybacks available, so they know their throne is going to go down after that fight, regardless of if they want to buy back on this Coddle or not. So this is quite possibly the cleanest game I have ever seen from Beast Coast in my entire life. They look so damn good.